Hi, Dolly friends. So, welcome back. We're doing Tiny Tuesday now. I'm in my worst cleaning outfit. I'm like cleaning my sorry behind off today, and as I'm taking breaks and waking up and just taking an afternoon quick break, I did want to do this other video. It's the last Dolly gift that I have from my aunt, and it's perfect for today. So, guys, excuse me. I look terrible. I don't care right now. I got so much going on that. So I got this. I already cut the little bag with my scissors, and it's kind of not wanting to come out. Oh, I got it. My aunt gave me. Look at this, guys. Isn't this adorable? Look at these little babies. They're doll lovely. I'm not sure. I think they're I'm gonna take one out at a time. They're really cute. Oh my goodness, I love them. I'm just gonna take some of them out. Let's see. I hope they just come out easily. Yes, they do. Okay. And they each have a little outfit. They're Asian, or guys, I don't know how to politically say it correct. They're either Japanese, Asian, Korean, but they're absolutely beautiful, and they come in little outfits. Eventually, I'm gonna buy little diapers for them. I have little cribs. I have some doll and Barbie doll stuff that I bought at the thrift store, but right now, guys, I have no idea where they are in my nursery. They're there, but that's something I'm trying to organize this week. It just needs a good organization. It's not messy, it's not dirty, it's just organized. When things are neatly put away but they're not in order, I need things in order. So, but look at this one in this little bunny outfit. I think they're all bald. I'm not going to take their outfits off. But look how adorable they are. These are too cute, and I love these. They all come in little animal outfits. So we have a deer, a tiger, a bunny rabbit. This one is in a adorable giraffe outfit. Isn't this cute? Well, they're getting ready to go to the tiny baby for Tiny Tuesday, Tiny Zoo. I will be back next week with both Maddie Monday and Toddler Tuesday. Again, I did mention on my Sunday video, if you did not catch that, I'm just working my way slowly back. Look at how precious and cute this bumblebee outfit is on this little one. So I'm saying, I don't think they have genders, but I'm pretending that they're both girls and boys. I think the deer, the tiger, and this adorable one in this bear outfit, they're the boys, and the girls are going to be the bumblebee, the rabbit, and the giraffe. Aren't they lovely? I love this little set. But I'm going to bring them out some other time. I don't know if you guys can get a good view. But, and I'll have like a little dolly theme with the cribs and dolly, little, dolly furniture for them. Because I think they'll fit with some of the Barbie stuff. I have stuff, I just got to organize it, and right now I can't. I did look for it, but regardless, I wanted to bring them out. They're just so cute and perfect for the theme right now. And Yeah, so I'm still working on my DIY house project, and it's going a little bit slower than I like, but it's been going. And I was going to get from a relative. I'm not going to badmouth no one, not a family member, not no friend, not no one, not no one in no video of mine. I'm not going to mention no names, but I did have a relative that really a year ago wanted to help me get new carpeting, and she was going to give me a second-hand couch and everything. And maybe I'll take one of their outfits off. I'm curious. Let's just do one little baby. And, look, I mentioned it in my last video how some people in my personal life, not in the Dolly community, because everyone in the Dolly community met me as I am today. They got to know me who I am in the present time. I feel I'm respected. Yeah, they don't have a gender, but they're very cute. Look at that little hiney, how cute. But yeah, so and they're all little baldies, but I just love these little babies. And some people again from my past, they remember me as a whole different person physically. And you know, I mean, it really hurt my feelings when, even though the relative wanted to help and meant well, it really hurt my feelings that, the relative said to me a year ago, well, this is terrible that you're living this way with all these dolls and all this clutter from all your doll stuff, and you can't get no more doll stuff. Whoa, 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 whoa. And she said, oh, and I know you're doing it because, it was hard for you when you had your kids, you were very young. Look, yes, that part is true. It was very hard when I was young and I had my kids. Okay? It wasn't easy, but they were beautiful times in all that. And, it's just, I'm trying to figure out now how to get the outfit back on. Oh boy. But, it wasn't easy, but, and I had to politely let the relative know, look, I I know my limitations in my apartment, and this is my hobby. And being that I am at home, I'm stuck at home, it really, with my hobby, gives me something fun to do. So that hurt my feelings, and it hurt my feelings, you know, that here I was being honest, more than honest, to the relative. I was coming onto YouTube internationally and telling people last year I was not receiving, or social media, in general, I was not, unfortunately, receiving last summer full medical treatment for my spinal injury. I was getting only half. My doctor left in early January. I don't know, she left. It was a mutual feeling with her and the place, the center. And they got a team in that unfortunately did not connect with me. And, I can't speak for others, but I didn't. Look, I'm not going to say, I'm not here to badmouth, but, I ended up uh, getting a much better doctor that connects very well with me this past November. And, you know, I was being very honest the whole time with her, and coming on internationally mentioning it on social media. So it wasn't like I was BSing her. And I really wasn't doing well last year. And then it took me a few months It took my doctor a few months to get me on better track with the pain level, which thank God the new doctor did. The new one I started with this past November. And I think she got very upset. It was taking me so long to do this project. And, you know, and there was also an issue with the relative and one of my real children, one of my sons, and it had nothing to do with me. I'm not going to mention what they went through. It had nothing to do with me. Okay, it didn't. They had some issues, and there were times in the last 10 years I mentioned to the relative and to my real child that maybe they shouldn't hang out right now, or maybe they should take a little break or a little bit of space, and neither one of them you know felt my advice was good for them, which is fine. Sometimes that happens. Nobody here is perfect. God did not make none of us perfect. But, I felt the relative really was taking it out on me. And, when I call someone at 53 years old, I don't want to hear, can you make it short? You know what? Because I'm not going to talk to you ever again if that's your attitude. Especially now that I've been on the project and I was trying to set up a little something with the relative, and I decided it was better not to take the donation from this relative. I'm gonna still get a new couch. I'm still gonna get something done with the rugs in my apartment. Um, you know, it's just going to take a little longer now, which is fine because I can go at my own pace. And, it also hurt me when this relative said to me, well, 20 years ago, before you went to your little job, you would mop your kitchen floor. Yeah, 20 years ago, I was in my 30s, I was 20 years younger, and I did not have the spinal injury then, you know. And this is the other part of my problem. I had some ups and downs before I got on track with this good doctor I've been with since November. And, I have to get my project done because eventually I'm going to, not now, guys, uh, please don't put in the comments, oh, I wish you well for your operation. It's not yet, but eventually in the near future, let's say within the next year or so, I am going to have to go and get a second spinal fusion on 2 more spine discs. Now, I came on YouTube and I mentioned it 2 years ago. So far, I've been able to help hold off, and that's what the doctor said. He said, I'll know when it's time because I'm going to feel it. And he's not wrong. Since 2023, and since I made that video, I've, I can feel a difference, that, I'm getting closer and closer to that time of where I'm going to have to go in and get this second other big operation. It's a big operation. Hockey players get it, ballerinas get it, football players. It's a rough operation. I can't get out of it. Please also don't put in the comments, oh, do holistic healing. I do my own holistic healing and meditation daily, every morning at 7 a.m., around that time. May not be exactly in time, but that early in the morning daily. Um, it does help, but, unfortunately, my reality is I'm going to have to end up getting this operation. So I don't want to come home and worry about nothing in my house. I want the place done, rugs done, whether it's shampoo and new carpeting or it's just shampooing, whatever it is. And I have a new couch, I'm set, and because it is a big operation. So it didn't work out with my relative helping me, unfortunately. She might have meant well, but it really hurt my feelings too when she said last August about my doll collection. And you know what? Like, here's my answer. Whether you're in my personal life or no matter where you are, if you don't like my hobby, then please just mind your own business. Don't say anything because, you know, I have to have a little bit of a life. This brings me so much joy to come on and play with my dolls on YouTube. So I'm still doing my project, and it's good I can go a little bit more at my own pace, not feel pressured. Again, the relative meant well, but it didn't work out for me and her that way. And I'm still gonna do it, and just it has to be done a little bit differently. And again, I still have help from other people and these other people in my life do have other resources that I've taken upon on, and it's getting done each day. So, you know, it wouldn't have. I don't think the relative understood it. It took me this long, and you know, I can't move physically fast. I can't go to a job no more, mop a floor before a little job. Like that was years ago. I just can't be that. And so yeah, I told the relative I don't want the rug she was going to give me, and I just took. I really feel the relative took out on me. The difference that her and my son had nothing to do with me. I was going to remain friends with the relative, and it didn't work out, guys. So I'm still on my project. So I can't jump in and do 3 themes a day right now. I'm going to do each day what I can. If I don't feel well, I skip a day or two. I skip, but I'm back, and I'm happy to be back. And that's the story, guys. So I'm being brutally honest, and it's been a lot to deal with physically and emotionally, and I'm doing the very best I can. At least things are getting done. It may not be like fast like it was, 15 and 25 years ago before I had my problem. And again, it's mainly in my personal life, and I think it's because people remember me the way I used to be. And I'm sorry that person is never coming back. That person is not me anymore. That was then, this is now. I have to live in the present time and work with, the present time. So it didn't pan out with the relative helping me, and that's the story. But I'm still going to be doing the same thing, and it's going to take longer because of my spine, but I'm going to do all I can, including coming on and playing with my dolls. And that's where it's at, guys. So thank you for watching, and God bless you all. And thank you for listening to the chat if you got this far in the video. So between the last video and this video, those were the 2 problems to why I wasn't coming on frequently. Thank you so much. God bless you. Bye-bye.